Okay, we're starting on the northwest corner of the house and going around counterclockwise. That's usually my usual standard procedure. We've got the exterior faucet over here. Our rain gutter downspout comes down here. You notice it comes down here and then it comes out here. We're gonna circle back to that in just a little bit. So I'm just another thing that we're gonna circle back to is these are Christmas tree receptacles, Christmas tree light receptacles, and they are, because of their locations and so forth, but they're beyond the scope of a standard Trek inspection. But I want you to look at the outlet, the receptacle, plug, if you will. It's got a cover on it. Okay, it's called an in-use cover. Now we come over here. This is the #1 condensing unit, and we have a receptacle outlet on this side of the house so that we can run a vacuum pump or what. And we see our receptacle outlet over here, and it does not have one of those in-use covers. And you say, well, they're only going to be using that when they work on this. Well, that's true, but to pull a true vacuum on a condensing unit, you run it for 24 hours to get a true vacuum inside of your piping. So you're not going to stand next to this for 24 hours, you're going to leave it running. So that's why that should be an in-use cover, so that this would run like it's supposed to. When we come to our fence here, and we come on around, and a tree should not be closer than 24 feet, 25 feet to a slab foundation to make way for root growth development, because the roots will suck needed moisture out from your foundation perimeter. The roots will go underneath your foundation and move the foundation, move your structure. The leaves will rub against the structure and cause damage to your siding and your fascia boards and your roof covering. So there's lots of reasons, and I get it. If you look at every house around here, they got a tree right here on that corner. It's probably a homeowners association. You're probably not going to be able to move it. I guess unrealistic expectations, but I've got to tell you about the tree and the principles and the whys and the what fors. This is a beautiful little magnolia tree, by the way. I hope it doesn't get too cold. It's already starting to bud. Oh man, they blossom. They smell really good. Okay, underneath the roof line, what little roof line we have, okay, we've got wood mulch. Wood mulch next to the house. Where do termites live? In the ground. What do they eat? Dead wood. What's wood mulch? Dead wood on the ground next to your house. It's called a clue. It's called a clue. So we're moving on along. We're going to talk about our sewer clean out here in just a little bit. I'm going to wave at the neighbors. There's your neighbors. Okay. We're coming on along. And of course the wood mulch and nice white brick and carriage lamps here. We're working our way around to because the structure faces north, so we're working to the northwest corner. We've got 2 garages here. We got our rain gutters, downspouts. We got weep holes over all our fenestrations. That's French for hole in your wall. But yeah, we've got all these, and that's nice. Now these rain gutters discharge above grade. And so we're coming on along, and we notice here on our foundation perimeter, in a lot of places we have, or maybe all places, you have a parge coat. But this is a good example. It's this nice smooth coat that they put across it. It's like a cake frosting. It's an aesthetic issue. All right, and this is a good place to talk about this. So they could have had it covers up the uglies. It covers up the uglies. It's just that simple. So there could have been a repair there. We don't know. It doesn't have to be a repair there. We just want it to look nice. We know that. Okay. So now this parge coat, just because it's cracked, see that crack in it's a cake frosting. Just because there's a crack in the parge coat doesn't mean there's a crack in your foundation. And just because there's not a crack in your parge coat doesn't mean there's not a crack in your foundation. It's purely aesthetic. Now, if we were doing a wood-destroying insect report, I would say that this wood mulch next to the structure is conducive to wood-destroying insects. It's conducive to termites. That's what I'd say. And then over here, we've got expansion joints in our flat work running around here, and we've chosen to use wood today. And wood is an acceptable product. There's other products, but then that's just an academic argument about what should have been used for which application, when there's nothing, technically wrong with using the wood like they have. Now, the wood will rot after time and need to be replaced after time. It looks like we've got a little bit of wood. It's already starting to rot. This is a good reason not to use it. Okay? This is a good reason not to use it. So where do termites live? In the ground. What do they eat? Dead wood. What is this expansion joint next to your house? It's dead wood. It's termites. It's called a clue. Now, we've got this parge coat. If we were doing a wood-destroying insect report, again, we're not, but we were. The Texas Structural Pest Control Board says that I'd have to call parge coating out. It's conducive. It's by design. Nobody's going to take it off, but it's by design. This parge coat is a different material than the concrete that your foundation is made out of. It expands and contracts at different rates than your foundation, and it creates voids behind the parge coat. Termites love to go. They know. They've been here for millions and millions and millions and millions of years. They've been here much longer than humans have been here, and they will be here much longer after humans leave here. And so it's just the nature of the beast, literally. So, but they've developed senses since they are blind. They run by pheromones. They run by temperature sensors. They're just incredible little animals. But you got food, and you got a void into the house where there's more food. So this is conducive to wood-destroying insects. And so I'm just calling your attention to it so that you worry about it every night. So, I'm not happy if anybody gets a good night's sleep. These wooden garage doors, it's nice that they were painted. It'd be even nicer if they painted the ends. Okay? This will seal it from water. Those ends will suck water up, capillary action, and cause the door to age prematurely. The ends of the doors were not sealed properly. So we're moving on along. And here we are again. And I would bring my stick out, like the stick that I used, or you'll see me use a stick over here, a level, a 6-foot level. And I think might do it on a shorter video. But what's happening is these houses are so close, okay? So we do not have soffits. So we have more space. It's fire separation. And because we have that, then our soffit vents, like up on the roof, we move those. Those are called soffitless roof air intake vents. That's what they're called, because we don't have a soffit. So the application is correct. But what I'm talking about is how close the houses are. And when the houses are close like this, there's no place for the drainage to go. And again, I'm going to do a short video. I'm going to go ahead and get my stick out. Or maybe we'll just go out together, because it's an outside video. It's already too long. We can do that. It's a holiday season, so I'm getting a little more casual here, getting ready to get on the road and see family and all that. So we'll come on in the car here, the Bonnie cart, because she's got to make a profile appearance every once in a while. So we'll just do that. We'll come on along. I can use this as a pointer. No parking on the driveway, $200 fine. This is where your water meter is on the northwest corner of the property. This is where your lawn sprinkler system is, your irrigation valve boxes, and probably one for your neighbor and probably one for you. See that little hole right there, that drain? That's for the rain gutters to discharge. Get it? Just like over there. Remember when I was talking about that? And I said we're going to talk about this in a little bit. We're about to talk about it real good now. We're on the side of the house that I wanted to talk about. So we come across here, and see this little bush right here? It's a nice little kitten. Is that bush going to get bigger? Well, I hope it doesn't die. All right. And this is a Fatima. Fatimas are barrier bushes. They go on the barriers of property to break wind and stuff like that. They're very robust. They grow. They're also susceptible to diseases. So very susceptible to diseases. So they're kind of particular, but they also grow real big. And they're going to grow real big, and they're going to grow into your air conditioner. And it's going to grow in front of your electric meter. I mean, they will get 6 feet wide. Okay, the circumference will be 6 feet. You won't be able to service your emergency electric disconnect. You won't be able to service your meter. It'll hamper the operation of your air conditioner. See this cover right here? This is a bubble cover. Well, actually it's called an in-use cover. Just like the one for the Christmas tree lights, just like the one that was missing on the other side of the house when I started this video, right? Remember that? Boy, you know, let me just, that's not very, that's how you handle your scientific diagnostic equipment. And look at that. Level. Alright? It is level. So where's the water going to go? Nowhere. See these vents right here? See these little drains? Well, these are kind of square, but they're not any larger than the other ones. These drains are for the drains, the downspout drains. The water comes down here. They got the water coming this way. It's level here, and the water's coming out here. I mean, what if this is a drain? You know, because I heard some discussion earlier that this might be a drain, and that was a question posed to me, and I said, I don't think so. I can't see what's underneath the ground. But I can walk down here. I can go over here to where our lawn sprinkler equipment is. I can follow the drain going down to the front of the house. We have our poor drainage on the sidewalk over there for our special video. And I come down here. So does it come out here? Is that where all the water? All the water from all the house. All that water, all that water, all that water, all that water goes down in there. All the water coming down from there. It all comes out this little hole right here. Is that where it comes out? Is that hole equipped to do that? I don't think it is. I don't think that hole is equipped to do that. But there's a hole there. Before your 1 year warranty, you want to have a serious conversation with your builder today and tomorrow, whenever this is the final for new construction, and you want to have a serious conversation before your 1 year warranty, because this is level. And a lot of builders will say, well, you know, if it doesn't dry in 72 hours, and we consider that a problem. Well, that's actually the National Home Builders Association of America. They say 48 hours, and that's what they say. That's not what the code says. The code says you should have drainage. Okay? The definition of drainage is to drain, not evaporation, not absorption, because what's going to happen if you do not have, and it might be a little unfair because this yard's not done either. Maybe we get them both together. And it can be rolled out. I would wholeheartedly believe that shaping and sculpting the yard is better than creating a drainage system, because there's no maintenance if you get the yard done right. So what they'll say is, well, you know, let's let us, I mean, not this builder, but some builders say, well, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes for a year, and what they expect. I mean, you know, I wouldn't say, again, this builder. When I say they, I'm talking about those other builders. And what they hope is that you come into your beautiful garage, you walk up to your beautiful house, you go through your beautiful house, enjoying your house, you're glad to get off of work, you go to your beautiful patio, you have a beautiful cigar, you have a beautiful beer, whatever you want to drink, maybe an iced tea, maybe you don't smoke, maybe you don't drink, but anyway, you're going to enjoy your house. You're not going to spend a lot of time over here where the water heater exhausts are and the air conditioning is and all this noise. Maybe the yard people will come through here. And you get a cave mentality. You don't spend much time over here. And the builder says, let's just see how it goes. Let's just see how it goes. And then 5 years later, you're selling the house, and I'm coming back and I'm telling the people, I said, man, your drainage sucks. And I see all the hurt looks on people's faces. It was like that from the beginning. Well, the builder's going to be long gone by then. But it's going to be long gone. So you have the 1 year warranty, and it comes back, and it's still level like that, and it's still muddy like that, and everybody's sitting there looking at it and everything. And then the builder will come back, and some builders, who remain unnamed, and they come back and they say, well, you know, our warranty company doesn't have a problem with that. You go, oh wow, that's pretty interesting. Your warranty company doesn't have a problem with it. No, our warranty company doesn't have a problem with that. Well, so who owns your warranty company? ABC. Well, ABC Doesn't ABC own your company? Yeah, but they're different. We're different. We're different departments. No, they're hard on us. One hand doesn't wash the other. No, 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 no. And what happens with these? I've had some discussions with some builders. Some builders tried to hire me, actually, and we couldn't get together. I mean, I can be bought, but they couldn't afford me. And but we had these conversations. They said, we know we built these houses too close. And we learned. We scored the foundations. With a calcium to stabilize them. But they also know, well, what I do know, we're not for all builders, but they have a budget to run drainage between the houses. So what happens is that they know that they're going to have to spend some money putting the drainage in. Now, the game is to put as few drains in as possible so that you come in under budget. Quicker, faster, cheaper. So you come in under budget and you get your Christmas bonus. Okay, the thing is to fight not to install the drains that they budgeted for. It's kind of a game that some unscrupulous builders might participate in who still remain unnamed. But I know it's a horrible story, and maybe it doesn't apply to this house. But we've got level grading and drainage over here. This turf has not been placed yet. It might be premature to talk about it, but we're talking about it. You want to keep your eyes on that. Okay, fence too close to the house. That's conducive to wood-destroying insects. Everybody wants a fence. They want a fence too. That would be called conducive by design. Everybody wants plumbing. That's conducive by design. But I'm just kind of letting you know, we got our fence over here. We're making our way and looking at our windows, and we're looking at our fenestrations. And see that little doohickey up there? Well, I got a couple of doohickeys up here. This one is the weather sensor for your lawn sprinkler system. And come over here. In-use cover. This air conditioning unit, they have an in-use cover. Why doesn't your other air conditioner unit have an in-use cover? Now, I saw it here somewhere. Okay, well, see this pipe over the window? The reason why they're over the windows is that's the secondary pipe for your evaporator coil for your safety pan. So if water's coming out of that pipe, you've got a problem with your air conditioner. That's why they install them over the windows. So if you look outside of your window and you see the water coming down, you know you've got a problem. I was looking for something else. I really was. Oh well. It'll come to me eventually. Probably about 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll wake up in a sweat. I'll go like, oh, I forgot to mention that. That's probably what'll happen. All right, so we're moving on along. We're still going around counterclockwise. We're moving into the backyard now through the fence in the southwest corner. And basically, I gotta say that if you've noticed anything, that I haven't talked much about the condition of the exterior walls. This is another one of those secondary drain pipes. The reason why I haven't talked very much about them is because it all looks pretty good, I gotta say. I'm here to tell you that it looks pretty good. And one thing you're not supposed to say in my business, you're not supposed to say it looks good to me. You're not supposed to say it looks okay. You're not supposed to say anything like that. I should be quiet. But you know what? It's looking pretty good. It actually is. So we got some weep holes. Okay, brick is porous. And it's going to go to the lawn sprinkler, speak to the lawn sprinkler system. Don't usually do a video about the lawn sprinkler system. Architecture is regional. Okay, we build with certain materials, and this material, brick, is one of the most popular ones. It's fireproof. Remember, we got the fire separation is pretty close. I mean, this house could burn down. You could reuse the brick. I hope it doesn't. All right, and it's a great insulator, so it's got a lot of good properties to it. But brick is porous. Okay, and water just runs right through it. That's why when I did the framing inspection, the pre-drywall inspection, that's why I was talking about the underlayment and how it should be sealed, and I was talking about those things. So you might want to go back and look at that and just kind of see how, hope that they fixed it, because now we don't know, because now they put the bricks up. So look at the weep holes. Now, most of the time, the only thing that's going to come out of these weep holes, the ones that are over your window fenestrations too, most of the time, the only thing that comes out of these is vapor. Now, if you have an event in the bathroom or something like that, I've seen some events, I hope you don't, but if you have an event, water will come through there, but they're there by design. These vents are by design. If you have problems with ants or something like that, do not fill them up. They were not left open by mistake. Alright, but they do sell some little mesh, plastic and metal inserts that go in there that still allow for the ventilation, but they stop some of the bugs from coming in. This is not a crack in your wall. This is not a design mistake. This is in here by design. Just like on the driveway and just like your street, this is an expansion joint. Only on the wall it's called a control joint because it's supposed to control the cracking from your brick because your house is going to move. But some people call them expansion joints, so we can call it an expansion joint. You can call your control joint an expansion joint. Call it what you will, but it's there by design. Okay, because the foundation moves at different rates than the brick because they're different materials, and we're on expansive clay soil because architecture is regional. We're not going to, if we're going to build a house around here, we're going to build on expansive clay soil, which expands and contracts about 3 inches between when it's completely hydrated and completely dehydrated. So we're expecting some movement, and that's what these are for. But what I'm getting to is we should have this sealant right in here like we have. Okay, what does sealant do? It gets dry, shrinks, and cracks. Now, yes, the wall was designed to leak. That's why we have expansion joints. But that's why we have weep holes. But we don't have 10-foot weep holes. That would let more water in than the structure was designed to accept. That's why we don't want our lawn sprinkler systems hitting our house. Because this was designed to withstand storms. Okay, it was designed to withstand weather, but it wasn't designed to withstand your lawn sprinkler system hitting it at 6 o'clock every morning. It wasn't designed to handle that much water. It wasn't designed to handle as much water as this control joint right here would allow in. So that's why we want to make sure that our sealants, and that goes for your roof covering, that goes around your penetrations, that goes around everything. About once a year you should go around the house and check all your stuff. That's called the joys of home ownership. Anyway, so we're moving on along. What else can I talk about, bud? Oh, we're not through yet. Okay, glad we're not through. Okay. There we go. Moving on along. This is our fence. This is your neighbor's house. So all these pictures, save this video because, you know, when your yard's mature and your children are mature, and they're going to school, going to college, they're leaving, and you can say like, man, I remember when this neighborhood looked like this, and you know, I remember when your house, because you'll be talking to your neighbors and stuff. So coming on along here, remember why I said I didn't find anything to talk about? Now's the time to start talking. All right. So what I'm talking about right here is the siding that comes down to the roof covering. There should be no more, no less than 2-inch gap. I think Hardy's changed their rules on the newest ones, at least a 1-inch gap. I think they might have changed that. But the reference material that I am currently using still says 2 inches. There's supposed to be a 2-inch gap between the siding and the roof covering right there. And then if you look at it now, this is universal. This hasn't changed. See the rain gutter that comes around here? See how it discharges on the roof covering? Okay, when that water runs down, all that water runs off the top of that roof into the rain gutters, and then it runs off of the rain gutters and runs onto the roof. Then that's going to wash the granules off of your roof. And it's a potential. It's a leak potential, but it also causes the roof to age in that area and age prematurely. Now, most roofs around here, we're in North Texas, by the way. This is nice North Texas Christmas Day, you know, at 60 degrees, almost 60 degrees, 55 degrees, clear skies. Look at that. Okay, but our roofs last about 14 years. So that probably will not be a real life scenario, a real life issue that ages the roof prematurely. Probably. Except that our siding is too close to the wall. Except our siding is too close to the wall. And it's still not right. Now, it's still not right. I want my house to be perfect. I get that. Some people want to do that. I would never dissuade my client from seeking perfection. But the answer to that is to run a drain pipe down the roof covering, which will collect leaves and dirt and sediment and all that stuff into the rain gutter, and it'll look ugly, you know. So sometimes the cure is worse than the ill, but I'm here to talk about it. I'm not bashful. I'll talk some more. I will. Coming along here is our patio, our wonderful patio. I was saying that you come after work and sit over here and just kind of enjoy your life. Have a nice iced tea, protective cover. There you go. Protective cover. There you go. And we come on around here. This looks like it drains very well. See how it comes in your swale, takes the water from over here, away from the house, and takes it on out. It's nothing like the front of the house where that sidewalk is all jacked up. That's a technical term, by the way, jacked up. Okay. You might not see that particular technical term on your inspection report. Moving on along. That's a fresh air induction vent. Oh, that's a fresh air induction vent, excuse me. This is your kitchen vent. So that's some kind of a fresh air induction vent. That's some kind of a vent. It's got a screen on it. Okay. That's not your laundry. Moving on along. Moving on along. Control joint. Now, this is called your fascia board right here. Yeah, it's got a big old hickey on it right there. It's got a big old ding in it. Look at that. That's an image of it. Might have got it with the roof. Right there, look at that. Somebody whacked that with a hammer, or they used it to whack somebody in the head. Whatever, your fascia board's broken. That needs to be taken out, replaced, repaired in an acceptable manner. We do not have a company. This was, that's a fresh air induction vent. This is a very tight house. Built very tight. It's one of the drains. Your air conditioning. It's a fresh air induction vent. In some parts of the country or the world, they're not supposed to have louvers on them because freezing, driving rain can starve the furnace. But we're more worried about, it's like I said, it's Christmas. It's not Christmas Day, but it's the day before Christmas. It's Christmas Eve, and so we do have ice. We have bad weather. It happens. But mostly we're worried about that guy right there, birds. All right, so birds nest and stuff, and that would starve your furnace too. So, and the whole house, by the way. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that our fresh air induction vents have screens on them around here. The screens are actually required.